Are
Go
going
get it.
live and we
Let's
are
go.
here.
Let's
Welcome,
go.
welcome,
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 welcome.
everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to your favorite power team. We just want to say if this is your first time coming to visit with us, please continue to come back every Wednesday night between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. I promise you, we always have the great topics for you. You could be anywhere in the world, but I'm telling you, the best place to be is right here with us. So if you
Yes.
all don't know who we are, and this is your first time tuning in, we will go around and announce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Kesh.
And it's your boy King Leo coming at you straight with the real.
I am your girl, J Money.
And I'm Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational. Let's go.
Let's
Yes,
go.
and we are missing Passion. She's not here with us tonight. We definitely would like to keep her in our prayers. You know, our hearts
Absolutely.
and prayers also go out to the family. It's just a lot going on, but definitely she is missed, and we want to, make sure she understands that we are praying for her. But
Hmm
without further ado,
We,
we want to go ahead and get started. We do have a lot of great topics, but the first topic that we want to go ahead and jump into is what, King Leo? We got King Leo with the hot topic.
Okay.
yeah, here we go. We're gonna jump straight in with King Leo first, y'all. And you know I'm gonna come up with something crazy. Tonight we talking about self-discipline and
Mm,
self-accountability.
mm,
Okay? Self-discipline and self-accountability. Now first let me start off with a little example of myself of self-discipline. Now, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna keep it real and I don't hide nothing. Now I got 4 children, right? I got 4 children. Okay. I have them by 3 different women. Okay. Now, this is where self accountability. I understand my part in the situation. Okay. I understand my part. I understand what I did. Okay. So I am accountable for those children. So I will do my part for those children and take care of them. Accountability for having these children. I'm not going to go out being the deadbeat, and I'm not going to go out being a pretty a bad father, okay, because I did lay down with their mothers and have you know consensual whatever that type of stuff what parents do in the
King Leo,
bedroom.
1 second. Don't want to cut you off, but we do have someone that was chiming in when you were telling us how many kids you have. We have Jennifer, and she said, "Well, damn." Like that's
That is
mm-mm.
a well damn moment. That is a well done moment.
well,
I'm
damn
not
moment.
hating.
I
Well,
just thought
Hey,
I would read
damn.
the comment. She said, "Well,
hey, I
damn."
take care of
Right,
all of
Jennifer.
them. I take care of all of them. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I take care of them. I was out there a little busy, out there doing what God intended us to do. I guess and that's procreate or whatever the case may be. But yeah, but they are very well taken care of. Me and my mother do get along for the most part. Sometimes, most part. Um, and yeah, so that's the self accountability. Now, here we go with self discipline. Self discipline. Now, saying that I have four children, from now on, I'm going to have the self discipline to make sure that I don't have any more children out of
Mm-hmm.
wedlock. Okay, out of wedlock. And this is going to be
Okay.
self discipline. I'm going to make sure that I am doing what I'm supposed to do to not have any more children with anyone besides my future wife. So that's going
Mhm.
to
Well,
take
what is that?
me.
What? But when you say, can you give us a little bit more information? Because this is really, really good, but it can. We don't know what that means. When you say you're not
Mhm.
going to do certain things, what is it? What you're not going to do?
So what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to lay down with random women. I'm not going to invite random women into my room, my humble abode. I'm not going to spend time with random women. I'm going to wrap it up if that stuff does come apart. And I'm just going to make sure I'm taking those precautionary steps so that a baby is not formed, okay, or a woman is not impregnated by me. So
It's
that is what I mean with self discipline and make sure that I'm taking those steps that to not have a baby come out of wedlock with someone that is other than my future wife. So that is we got like I said, self accountability and then self discipline. Now it's more than just having babies or whatever case, because self discipline and self accountability is a daily thing. You know, with every decision that you make, you have to be accountable for the decision that you make. I made those decisions, right? So I
Right.
have to be accountable for those decisions that I made. Now, finances. I'm gonna talk finances real quick. If you go out and you buy a big expensive car knowing that you can't afford it just because you want to be flashy, you got to be accountable for it. If you come out now you broke because you went off to buy this fancy car, that is your fault. Take your accountability in the situation, and then you got to deal with it. And then you got to deal with that high paying car note because you're too busy trying to look fancy in front of people who might be broke themselves. Let's get that out of the way because you're trying to look busy for broke people. I don't know why. And then you got the high expensive car note, and that's finances all the way around. You got to be accountable with your, yep, and I almost cursed that, with your finances. You got to be accountable with that. Um, this goes along with people that you're dating. Okay, if you know there's red flags and you still choose to date them, that is your decision. You got to take accountability for ignoring those red flags and dating that person. So you sitting up here dating Ron for 2 or 3 years, and he hasn't proposed to you, and you still mad about it, talking smack about him behind your friend. You the dumb one. You look dumb because you don't want to stuck around that long. It was your choice to do that. So all of that want to go talk about how he ain't married you yet, and it's been 2 or 3 years. Who fault is that? Fault is that? Is it his fault? Because he gonna do whatever as long as you let him do it. So that's self accountability. Now we're gonna talk more about self discipline. Self discipline. Some people have a little bit of, and I don't want to sound mean or rude. I really do not want to sound mean or rude. Okay, but self discipline comes to weight. Okay, now I understand some people do have issues, and I'm using weight because it's a big topic these days. People being overweight. Now I understand some people do have medical issues, but at the same time, if you had those medical issues, why are you doing stuff that's not in your best interest, ignoring those medical issues that's making you gain weight? So you got people that's
Wait a
it's
minute, now,
easy.
Keela, hold on, Keela. Let us understand. So, um, are you saying if a person have medical issues, they should still be disciplined and not sit up and eat like bonbons or whatever you may say? Or are you, because
Exactly.
sometimes medical issue, it causes you to gain weight without your control. Now, how do you determine what's really going on in that situation with that woman? Because we
Have
don't
you
really
guys
know
have,
them.
have you guys seen what's that 600 pound life with Doctor what's his
Six-
name?
600 pound life. Mm-hmm.
Dang, what's that doctor name on there? He be keeping it
He in
100.
Houston. Mm-hmm.
Doc, I can't remember his name, but he keeps it real with them. So he has dealt with people that have those medical conditions, and some of those people on there, they were not doing what they're supposed to do, even with medical conditions, to lose the weight, and he would call them out on it, and they would get mad. So even with the medical conditions, it's still stuff that people are doing and ignoring what the doctors are telling them, which is causing them still gain weight and still, maintain the weight that they are at. Now, if the doctor is telling you, hey, you should probably start living a healthier lifestyle, eat better, make sure you're taking your meds, and try to work out a little bit. Then if you're just going off not doing what the doctor is telling you, then who fault is it? That comes in self accountability and self discipline because you're not disciplined enough to do what you have to do to lose the weight. You say you want to lose the weight, well, you got to be disciplined to lose that weight. You know what I'm saying? You got to be disciplined. You got to make that routine. You got to take those meds, and you got to get up and you got to exercise. It's not nobody else's fault that you're not losing that weight. Now, self discipline is not just strictly to weight. Okay, I don't want anybody to mix that up. I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying. I did was just an example of self discipline. Say you want to gain weight, like me. I want to gain weight and get buff. Okay, I have to have that self discipline to get in the gym every day, drink my protein shakes, and try to gain the weight. It's hard for me to gain weight because I have a real high metabolism. I will have the doctor always told me. They said, man, if you to gain weight, you got to do something a little bit extra. You got to eat, 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 and I got to take these protein shakes and work out a little bit extra harder than normal because I have a abnormally high metabolism. I eat like this and it's probably gone. My body probably already ate it that quick. So that's
So
part of
what?
the
So
self
wait a
discipline.
minute. Wait a minute. So you're saying, okay, not a medical issue though. That's just your metabolism. Okay, I was gonna try to
Right.
compare something, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
So that's just my metabolism. I have abnormally high
I got
metabolism.
okay.
So yeah. So and here we go. And here goes the big one because I want to drop this. I want to drop this on everybody because there's a lot of stuff going on these days that it is Christmas time. Okay. So we talk about self accountability and self discipline. There's a lot of shooting going on. There's a lot of robbing going on. Okay.
True.
So for these people that is out here, robbing people, listen. I understand times are hard. I understand how times are hard. But once you take someone away from someone else, you take somebody's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, cousin, uncle, auntie, whatever the case may be, you're not just hurting that person, you're hurting a whole family of people by doing that to them. I got it. It's hard. And you probably doing that to probably look good in front of your homeboys or homegirls. It's not worth it because once it catches up to you, it's going to be a whole lot worse. It's going to be a whole lot worse than what you gave to that person. Because I'm telling you, once somebody catch you, whether it be the police or retaliation, you going to wish that you was having a self accountability of yourself and self disciplining yourself, that you did not go into that you did not do what you did. And don't get in front of
Mm-hmm.
that courtroom. Don't get in that courtroom wanting to cry, want to plead to the judge, because that judge is not, them judges are not playing with nobody no more. You lucky if they're not giving a death penalty, and even then, if they do get a death penalty, you're gonna be sitting there for a good 45 years till they sterilize you.
Mm.
And it's so all of these people that goes into self discipline and self accountability. If you cannot afford to do it right, um to get these things for your family that you're robbing and killing people for, then you need to look at yourself and hold yourself accountable for the decisions that you're making. Get up and get a job. Self discipline. Get up, get a job. Find another way to get money. Find another way to do this. Find another way to take care of your family than just going out and robbing and take somebody else's cousin, freaking mom, dad away from somebody. I just seen a freaking a firefighter, retired firefighter, 65 years old. He almost got robbed and he started shooting back at them, but he still got hit by a bullet. He ended up in the hospital. Three gunmen. He shot back. He
Like,
fought them off. Huh?
wow. I'm listening.
So
PS5 ain't worth
yeah,
it, y'all.
That's
that
crazy.
it's not.
That
It's
is so
I'm
crazy.
and it's hard, and it's going into South. We as everyone, we gotta start having a little bit more self accountability and self discipline. I'm out, and I got a thing called bro accountability and sis accountability. We gotta start holding our bros and our sisters accountable for the stuff they out here doing too. If you know
Right.
somebody out here jacking up, stop freaking encouraging them to do stupid stuff that can land them in jail or in a grave because you feel like it might be cool, or because that's your homeboy or home girl. Hold them accountable for what the freak they are doing. Because
I agree
it's not just hurting them, it's hurting everybody out here in the society. It's hard. It is definitely hard.
Yep.
And I'll be dang, okay? I'll be dang somebody take my mom away from me when she's walking in the freaking house with her freaking groceries
That's
because
sad.
they
That's so
because they
sad.
cannot freaking take control of their own life.
And I think that's the hard part. It's easy to do things, but holding yourself accountable, that's why when you were explaining the beginning of your topic about the things that you were going to do, I wanted to ask you specifics just to walk me through it, because the reason you're able to answer that is because you already got a game plan for it. You already
Mhm.
know exactly what it is that you're going to do. These other
Mhm.
people don't have a game plan for it. That's why they are afraid to hold themselves accountable, because they don't know what accountability looks like. And it's easy to say, hold yourself accountable, stand up for what you do, admit to what, look in the mirror. they don't know how to do it. It's easier for them to continue to do what they're doing, creating these patterns, and just continue to go without a conscious and nothing to think about. It's That's the easy route.
And for
Holding
those,
yourself accountable is the hard route.
And holding
and
your
for those,
friends accountable too.
Mm-hmm.
and for and for those people, I just want to say something. If you feel like it's hard to hold yourself accountable for the people that Kesha is talking about, I wanna speak something to you first. Okay, look at yourself. Think about your life. Evaluate your life. I do this every day. I do this every day. Evaluate where I'm at in my life and then think about where I want to go. Do I want better? Do I want to be sitting in the same spot that I am?
Mhm.
You need to
Mhm.
do that. You need to think about it.
Mhm.
Why I don't do you really want to sit here and rob people for the rest of your life and be run around from the police
Mhm.
from the police?
Mhm.
Is that really what you want? Do
Mhm.
you really want to be sitting up here shooting and defending yourself when people shoot at you for the rest of the day for the rest of the days of your life? Is that really what you is that what you want for yourself? Is that what you want for your children if you have them? Is that what you want for your family? Because then you gotta think about it. It's not just you. It's not just you. If you take somebody else away, it's gonna be retaliation from somewhere.
They'll
Right.
Because
try to
people are
come after
starting to
you, your
retaliate.
family. Yep, they'll try to
People
come
are
after you,
starting to
family.
retaliate.
Mhm.
Yeah, they coming out the family now.
Mhm.
People are starting to retaliate. So why if they catch you and you in jail
Mhm.
and your family is out here, you can't defend them
Mhm.
because and think about it, it's because of what you did. It's what you did. So if they coming out your mom, your grandma, your kids, wife, sister, it's because of what you did, and it's your fault. So now you got to take accountability for it. So just
Right.
really sit up here and think. I need all my people that's out here just doing that crazy stuff. Just sit up here and think, man, for 1 second. Don't matter of fact, don't be around nobody that's gonna probably egg you on. Only be around somebody that's gonna probably lead you in the right direction. Just sit by yourself, think, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? And the people who is doing this crazy stuff, 16, 17, 18, young, young people, young people.
And that's why we have to reach, those are the people that we have to reach out to, because they're surrounded with people that are just like them. So some of the things that you gotta have those people around you that's gonna show you something.
Mhm.
You dropped some really, really good information. And when
Like,
I was hearing you talk, when we were talking backstage about something I wanted to chime in and talk about, you kind of touched on it when you said the thing your game plan for what you're not going to do at this moment until you're married. And just to give you some insight as well, like those are the things that we don't hear about. um Certain men, certain guys need to hear that it's okay from brothers, from other people that's just like them. It's okay to try these things and do these things. I would love to see a group of men talking about these things and having the next man know that it's okay. But other than that, you have all these bashing sessions and you have a group of guys talking about things that don't even matter. That's not going to resolve anything. But it's very rare you'll get a group of men together that think it's okay to do the things that you just spoke about. When you talked about the marriage part, I was talking backstage, and you guys please chime in if you would like to. I see Kim Watson is already on it. She already put a message there. I'm gonna read it in a second. But I love me some Kim. We were talking about what are the pros and cons of living with someone before marriage, because it can go both ways. We can go biblically and say, well, typically we shouldn't. We're not supposed to. But when you kind of ponder on it a little bit more, you definitely see some benefits, but then you can see some cons. What are y'all thoughts on that? Like, what I'll go around the room with us, and then I'm gonna read some of these comments. Like, pros and cons of living with someone before married.
Me, I want to say something. Oh no, no,
I gotta say something too.
go
Oh, I
ahead,
definitely gotta
go
say
ahead. You go
something.
first. Y'all go first. Y'all go
I,
first.
I I just feel like the cause is I get to know that person before I say I do, because I don't want to marry
Mm-hmm.
somebody and I don't know their ins and outs of their good and bad habits. I don't want to say I do, and we haven't lived together. I just can't do that. I won't do that because
Okay. All right.
you might not live how I live. Your bad
Right.
habits might not be something I would tolerate in
That's
my
your
house.
pro. That's your
Yes,
pros. Okay.
yes, that's my
What about
pros.
cons? You got a con?
No.
No
Mm-mm,
con.
mm-mm,
I want to add to that. I
King
want to
Leo.
add to that because, like she said, you don't know how nobody living before they. They might be
mm-mm,
dirty after a
mm-mm,
while. They might wake up they bread. They might not get doing their hygiene like they supposed to. And it's
mm-mm,
just crazy. You don't know. Now, something that a
So
con
you
is
want to see that before you
you
marry
got to
that
see
person is what you're saying.
mm-mm,
right. You got to see how they
Mm.
living on a day to day before
mm-mm,
you go on to a full blown marriage. Y'all living together, and then
mm-mm,
now you surprised like, dang, I ain't know this
mm-mm,
how you were living. I thought I didn't
mm-mm,
know.
mm-mm,
And I think one con would be is you get tired of them. You know what I'm saying? I think
mm-mm,
that'd be one con. You get tired of them, and you like. But I mean, it might be a pro. I mean, there could be a pro and a con because, like, you get tired of them. I mean, you don't want to live with them. You already know what's up.
mm-mm,
So I mean,
mm-mm,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
that's just how I am. I gotta live with you.
mm-mm,
I gotta live with you at least 3 months beforehand. Before I think about marrying you, because you know what I'm saying. You might go to sleep with makeup on, and I don't like that. So yeah,
I can't stand
Yeah.
you.
Get that
oh,
bonnet
Okay.
and then
action.
All
you
right.
know what else
Come
I
on,
can't
Dr.
stand.
Real.
Well, one more. You know what I can't stand. You know what I'm saying? You got your hair all dead and stuff, but you ain't got no bonnet on. Girl, go put a bonnet on, cause I ain't trying to cuddle with you when ain't no bonnet.
Don't
the
put a bonnet
bonnet.
Like,
on.
no, I said put your
Don't
bonnet on. Put your
put
bonnet
it
on.
on. Put it
Because
on.
Get
I
that
can cuddle with you with your hair all in my dang nose and your hair in
get
your
that
mouth.
bonnet action, baby.
Get that
He say
bonnet,
get
man.
that bonnet.
Get that
Bonnet
bonnet on.
action.
And make sure it's a clean bonnet. Don't want no
I'm
dirty
Oh my
bonnet in their face.
God.
I'm sorry. I might be the
Be
only woman
smelling
in
like tea tree
America.
oil.
I can't sleep with no
Hmm.
bonnet
Come on.
on. I can't sleep
You
with
can't
bonnet
sleep
Ooh,
on.
with no
I
Sorry.
bonnet.
actually I like
I
sleeping with
At
can't
bonnet
sleep
least
with
a
a
on.
bonnet
wrap.
on.
At least a
I
wrap.
wrap it, but I can't sleep with a bonnet on. That's a no.
Okay. At least we got
That
a
I got
reminds
wrap.
me
You
of
know
they
what I'm
that
saying?
laughing. They laughing at
a
y'all.
bonnet
Come on,
reminds
Dr.
me of
Real.
my granny. Bonnet reminds
I'm
me of
just
my granny.
saying, if bonnet
Hmm.
smell like tea tree oil and whatever, just joba oil, whatever else you put on your head, and coconut oil,
Right.
smell you about to cook up something. But look, for
Shit.
Not
for
the
Them
bonnet.
me,
earring backs.
Not the
for
bonnet.
me, just like they all just said, you could. I always say this about people: the real you gonna come out when it's supposed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So for both
Right.
men and women, we both put on a Shakespearean type show when we first
It,
meet each other. We on our
it
best
always.
behavior.
Always.
But as we get comfortable with people, the real you start to slowly slide out. So when you live with a person, you start figuring out what things you can deal with. Like, say for instance, you have an issue with the toothpaste cap being left off the toothpaste. That honestly annoys me to no end because it takes 2 seconds to put the damn cap back on the toothpaste, right? Or I like my toilet paper turned to where it's on the outside versus on the inside. That may not bother you in 6 months, but 2 years in the mix, you might be like, damn, I done told you I like this part done this way. Or if you frying chicken, open the window up. Don't fry chicken window. I mean, it is certain stuff you have in your mind, or you find out your man don't make the bed up in the morning, or just habits that they have that you didn't see in the beginning that slowly start to come out, and you got to ask yourself, can I deal with this the rest of my life? You
He
know,
say yes.
Right.
is this, can I deal with that? And I know it might be something that people say, oh, that's nothing. It is something if it drives you crazy every day. And then when that love starts to go away, you got to be able to deal with that stuff and not want to leave, like Wayne
Mm-hmm.
said, because it said they out of mustard. You got to be able
Mm-hmm.
to stick it out. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
living with somebody, yeah. Now, if your mom was the first lady of the church, you're going to hear all about giving the cow before the milk and whatever that saying is about the cow and the milk situation.
Mm-hmm.
But my philosophy is do a girl gonna dip because they already got the sex, they're gonna leave anyway. So
Mm.
that I feel that saying is kind of outdated in my mind.
Mm.
But I mean, like I said, if your family deep in church, you're gonna have to answer for that for a long time, uh, before you end up getting married. So it's either or. I would say definitely you need to find out about that person like a job interview. Let them stay with you. Y'all live together. It's better financially. You also can see their spending habits real quick. You can see how they spend money. You'll find out quick if they're a spender or a saver real fast when you staying with somebody. You can find out they're ready to spend $100 on filet mignon versus stretching that budget out and be right. It's just you learn more about a person and how to deal with them in my mind.
But I'm sorry, but I'm
What
not
about
buying a
this?
car. I'm not buying a car unless I test drive it first. I'm not. I'm
But
not.
Oh, I
listen,
feel you on that.
let me tell y'all this.
I'm not.
So what if it was the case, and I think it actually is the case, that statistics shows people that actually live together first before getting married are usually the ones that are divorced versus a person that actually went ahead and got married and then moved in together.
What?
What are
That
your
Hmm.
that
thoughts on that?
I think that's between them and the Lord. But you know,
Well, it
Let's
definitely
get
lies
the
with
Lord
the
help them
Lord.
out.
But I'm saying,
That's
because
all
think of it
God's
this
doing.
way. That's why when me and my friend was having this conversation, I kept saying, dang, the pros and the cons. Because it's like this. Everything that you all just said really give you free game to lead. You're really evaluating this person. I'm just watching to see if I like you. Okay, you got one time to do something
Mm.
I don't like. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like that. You have not committed. So therefore, it's putting you in an easier situation to walk away. But on the flip side of it, that's why we see so many people that are married stay together because it puts you in a harder situation to walk away because now you're vested in each other.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that is the difference. You get to sit back and watch and dictate when there's no commitment. But
Yeah,
now that before we join in together, there's a commitment. We're really tied into this thing. So now we got to fight and we're going to make it work.
But
yeah,
what if
Kesha, we
You
better
you're
check them
understand?
already?
common law
What if
laws.
you're? What if you're already committed in love versus what they're doing? Like me and my husband was together 10 years before we said I do, and it wasn't no.
Love
I'm
and
I'm getting on
commitment is
one.
two different things.
That's what I'm saying. You was already, I'm already committed, so I was already committed to
No,
whatever
you already in
his
love, is what I said.
cons,
I can
and
love you and not commit to you.
I
You got
was
You better
respect.
check
love
them common law
committed.
laws in your state.
I was already love
No, no,
committed.
no,
I
I
was
know about
already
the love.
invested. I was already. He said, "Babe,
No,
we've been
no,
together
no,
10 years.
no, no,
Let's go
no.
get married." I said, "Okay, let's go get married." That's how it went.
I understand. That's your
I
choice,
mean,
though. It's different when you don't
maybe,
have a choice. I'm
I mean,
saying when you
maybe,
say I do, it's different.
maybe, I mean, it's other ways that you could do it. You could try, spending the night at that person's house for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. You know, if you
Spend
just
the
don't want
night.
to fully
Mm-mm.
move in. But I mean, at the same
They
time,
gonna
you do
front
you
on you.
want to
Spend the night.
exactly? That's all. That's just about all. Just about to say that they can sit up here and put their front on for the good 1 or 2 weeks, and I mean, then you really still just out there. You don't know really what's really going on. I mean, I still think it's between them and the Lord.
Mm.
What works for them? Me, if you dang King Leo, baby, just know we're gonna have to live together before all of that go down. Okay, before I put a
How long
ring
y'all
on
got to live
anything,
together, King Leo? How long y'all
we
have to
got.
live together?
I say at least 3 months. At least 3 months,
Three,
babies.
three
At least three
months.
months. At least three
3 months.
months. Can we get at least? Now we could
Jennifer
be
said,
together.
"Who are y'all dating? Who is it that y'all dating?" Is what Jennifer
To
wants to know. Who y'all
well, I
Three
dating?
mean,
months.
But
3 months.
y'all gave some good feedback. It's some comments in here and they're long. I can't wait to read this stuff.
I bet
They
they
got
are.
some Leo too. But they
I,
are, but it's really, it's something to think about because it is.
mhm.
You
It
when you're not
is.
committed, you can easily walk away. That's why
Mhm. Mhm.
it does give you that advantage to sit back and watch and dictate. So you're just like up and up and down. But
Mhm.
I just thought I would chime in and talk about that.
That was a good
So
top.
thank
That
you
was a
all
good
for
topic.
listening.
Hmm.
Yes, I thought that was a really
It
good
really
one.
was.
Um, so
I
what
don't know
we'll
about
do
three
is
months.
3 months.
3 months.
What we'll do is thank y'all so much for your comments. We are going to go ahead and read those, but We do like to try to, build some type of dialogue and engage with you guys. So I really appreciate you chiming in on that topic. But we will move on and get into our next topic. Next up, we have It's Your Girl, J Money.
It's your girl J Money. Uh, my, um,
Mm-mm.
you okay, King Leo?
Um, I
Oh
love,
wow.
I
I think
love
he got
y'all,
to
but
dip out.
I love y'all, but
Oh
I gotta get
yeah,
this final done for the night, y'all. Day money, y'all
oh
keep
yeah.
Good
rocking,
luck.
Dr.
Good
Real.
luck.
Take
Good
care.
luck.
I love y'all. Let's shoot
You got this,
ace this
brother.
We
semester.
love you
You
too.
got this.
You got
You
this.
got it.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right. See you next week, King Leo. He's out, y'all. All right, J Money. What you got?
Okay, it's your girl J Money. My topic is having a relationship with yourself. Dr. Real
Mm.
don't touched on self love, loving yourself. But I was just wanting to just touch on having a relationship with yourself. The first thing I wanted to say is having a relationship with yourself is nothing like connecting with yourself and having that inner peace, having
Mm-hmm.
that inner peace with yourself. The first thing I want to say is being kind to yourself. At times we often, beat up on ourselves, you talk down on ourselves, beat up on ourselves on things that we've done to ourselves, things that we regret, things that we know we've done wrong, we can't take it back. Okay, I know, oh, woe is me. I've done so much things wrong. But some things we just have to let go. Have that peace within yourself. Like, oh, I made that mistake. Let it go. You can't get it back. You can't take it back. You can't make that wrong right. We have to just give it to God and let it go. Because once you don't, if you keep holding on to it, it takes a control of you and it continues to manifest in you and it'll just keep you out of your peace. It'll take you into this woe is me where you're gonna be sitting there like, oh, I just keep wondering why I did that. I just keep wondering why I did that. You just have to keep on finding that be kind to yourself. Find that inner peace. I know the reason why I've found this thing about having a relationship with yourself is because I found this from Dr. Rio. He doesn't know this, but when we first started having this podcast, he was saying having self-love, and I never knew what that meant because I felt like having self-love is being selfish. I, I don't know if nobody else felt like this. I felt that way. I truly, honestly, from deep down in my heart, felt like me having self love mean I was being selfish. I really did. I truly, honestly did. And then I had to sit here and think about. I was like, man, I never knew what being having self love meant. I was like, I need to get off this podcast and really research this and find out what that meant because Dr. Real just touched me and he don't know how much he touched me with this word, self love. And I was like, really? Let me just Google it. And it was three podcasts ago. He doesn't know that. Three podcasts ago. That's how much it's just been working on my heart. So I was like, yeah, Rhonda, you need to find out what that means. So I've been just Googling it and finding it and manifesting. I've been speaking on the word. I've been reading the word. I've been just asking God, Lord, I don't know why that self-love been just tangling in my heart, but I need you to tell me what it means. Why is it bothering me so much? And he was like, because you don't know what it is because you're struggling with it. And I have. And then I was like, okay. So I found out what it was is because I don't know what it is. And then the second thing I found out is you have to find yourself. Having a relationship with yourself is finding yourself, finding what you like, what you love. What is it that makes you happy? What brightens your day? When I was with my husband, I got so caught up in him that I forgot who I was. That's why I didn't know what self love was. And when he
Mm.
died, didn't know when people said, and Kesha knows this because I've had this conversation with Kesha and she knows this. He died 3 years ago. She was like, what do you like to do? I don't know what I like to do. What's your favorite color? I don't know what's my favorite color. She was like, you don't know my favorite color was his favorite color. What do you like to do? Whatever he liked to do. Where you like to go? Wherever he liked to go. I got so caught up in him that I forgot about me. I didn't know what I like to do. It was like, well, where did y'all like to go? I was like, Well, wherever he like to go, babe, where you want to go? I was like, baby, you plan everything. Babe, you take us where we going. Baby, you tell me what to do. It's okay having a relationship with your spouse, your significant other, your kids. It's good to have a relationship with your friends. But what about you? It's you
Mm,
get so caught up in the world, you get so caught up with your friends, your kids, your loved ones, your job, but you forget about you. What about you? I forgot about me. I am 47 years old and I don't know who Rhonda is. I don't know what Rhonda like to do. I don't know what Rhonda want to do in life. I don't really know what I like to do, what I want to do, what my plans are. I'm trying to find myself right today and I'm 47 years old. And most people say that's sad. But I'm looking like it's okay.
Mm.
It's never too late to start. It's
Nope.
never too late to start. That's why that's why I wanted to talk about having a relationship with yourself. Because now I'm finding me. And then I started saying, well, let me date. And why I'm finding myself dating, now I'm getting myself wrapped up in them. Instead of me saying, what we gonna do? Well, I'm like, let's go on a date. I'm up here saying, well, what do you want to do? They're like, well, what do you like to do? I don't care, whatever you want to do. What do you want? What I don't care, whatever you want to do. Now I'm starting the cycle all over again. Like I felt like it was so dumb if I see a person out having dinner by themselves or having a drink by themselves. Like, what's wrong with them? What are you doing? Like you having a dinner by yourself? That's a lonely man. That's what I would call it, a lonely man's dinner. But now I don't do that. Because now my third thing is date yourself. What's wrong with dating yourself? I just went on
Hmm.
last weekend, I had a date with myself. My daughter's my witness. I went on a date by myself. I went to a bar. I pull up a chair. I got me a dinner. I ordered me something to drink. I sat at that bar. Men was coming over to talk to me. I'm fine. I'm good. I came in here by myself and I'm leaving by myself. And I thought when I sat down, I said, Rhonda, you look so ridiculous. But then something in me, no, the God in me said, no, you don't. You looking good. You look good. You smell good. Not this weekend, but the last weekend before, because I wasn't feeling good this weekend. But the weekend before, you looking good. You're smelling good. You're all right, and you okay. Every man, you want a drink? No, sir. I could buy my own drink. I'm okay. But at first, if I was the other person looking in, I'm like, what's wrong with her? If I saw another woman doing that, I'm like, what's wrong with her? Why she sitting there by herself? Somebody must have stood her up. That's what the Rhonda would have said before then. I like it's okay to have a drink by yourself. It's okay to go to a movie by yourself. It's okay to date yourself. That's having a
Hmm.
relationship with yourself. And I'm okay with
So
that.
how do you start that? Like for a person that's in a relate, because it's easier said when you are single or if
Mhm.
you are divorced.
Mhm.
And but what I find is that it happens when you're actually in that relationship because you get lost. So for a person that's in a marriage or in a engagement, meaning these people are possibly, they're living with each other, how does that person recognize those things and say, I'm going to start doing these things separate? Because remember, it's kind of like a mental thing. When
It is.
you're
It
trying to take
is.
those further to get into marriage, you are dating. Then you are, you're
Mhm.
engaged, and then you're
Mhm.
married. So some people
Mhm.
do feel they feel like it's their fault or that they blame themselves for trying to look out for them because it's supposed to be a we thing right
And it
now. And
is.
that's behind it. So how do you help someone understand the difference? Like do they have a conversation with that person and say, hey, I need to work on me? Or do you introduce yourself into this going and saying, hey, I love you, I like you, but I got some things I need to work on? Like how does that work?
And then I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying I'm not dating somebody right now. I'm dating somebody. And when I had the conversation with him, his mindset was, yeah, right, you going somewhere by yourself. I said, I need you to know this. That if you're gonna love me, according to me, I need you to know that I need to work on me. In order for me to work on me and love me and love me first, I gotta love me in order for me to love you. Because right now I don't love me enough to love you. And you're getting the rift of that. That's the reason why I got these ups and downs with you. That's why you don't understand these mood swings that I'm having, because I don't even know me. I'm not even understanding me right now. I don't understand what's going on with me. That's why you don't understand. I might talk to you one day and I might not understand, and I don't talk to you the next day. You're not understanding why I don't text you back, because right now I don't understand me. I said, until I can get me to understand me and love me, you got to respect what I got going on. And right now, I'm trying to have a relationship with myself. I'm trying to love me. I said, I got to love me to love you. And I said, and I need you to understand it. I said, right now, I said, I saw myself getting lost in you. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to lose myself in you.
Mm.
And I said, and I need you to understand. I said, this is the conversation that I had with him. I said, I need you to know that it's not that I don't have a disconnect with you. I have a disconnect with me. I'm disconnecting from myself, and I don't want to go there again. I said, I want to love me enough to where I can be that woman for you that you want me to be. Right now, I don't see that. And I said, that's not fair to you. It's not. And then I don't want to lead you on in a direction where you're saying you could possibly be my wife. Why would you want a wife who don't even know who she is? That's what I
Mm.
told this man.
That's
Why
good.
would you want to why would you want a woman who don't even know who she is? I don't know who I am right now. And I said, it don't have nothing to do with me losing my husband. I said, I'm right now, I'm lost in me. I'm lost in me. I said, I'm getting connected with the Lord. I said, I was fully committed with the Lord. I even lost him. I got to find that connection back with the Lord first and foremost. Let me get connected with him. And then I said, let me find me again so I can love you on how you want to love me. Because right now, I don't even love me. And once I find me, then we can start being reconnected. And I said, it's not that I'm stepping all the way back. I'm just stepping back enough for you can see that I'm not the person that you thought I was. I said, I'm putting on a
Mm.
front for you. And I don't want to front no more. I'm putting on a front
Mm.
for you. That's why I
That's what
can't.
King Leo said.
I said I
Mhm.
can't answer. You were well, man. One day you over here talking to me like this, and the next day you don't even want to answer the phone, sir, because I'm lost. I'm lost in me. I don't know what I want, and it's not fair to you. I said, can we just step back? Let's take a break. I'm not saying I'm taking a break and finding the next man, the next man. Just let me find who Rhonda is. And then I said, that's where I come with the connection of let me get a relationship with myself. And then once I
Mm-hmm.
do, if you part of it, you are. If you're not the man who willing to wait, then that means you wasn't for me. That's just what that is. I'm not going to sit back and hold you back. You're not going to hold me back. But once I'm getting connected with the Lord, and if that's not your spiritual walk, then that's just not your spiritual walk. But what you're not going to do is hold me back from getting connected with the Lord first and me second. You come third. Because I've always my whole life put God first, people second, then Rhonda third. This second chapter of my life is God first, Rhonda second, and everybody else third.
See, J
If you're not
Money,
a
Mhm.
part of that, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mm.
I love
I'm sorry.
everything you're saying,
I'm sorry.
and you remind me of one of my favorite quotes that I always love to say, and that I found it in when I was going through a rough time myself. And it was, you have to learn to be selfish in order to be selfless.
Hmm.
And a lot of people don't understand what that means.
Mm-mm.
Like I said many times before, if you're pouring all of yourself out all the time to everyone else, you're gonna look in the mirror and not see yourself because there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you come off to me as a giver,
I
and if you have
am.
that giving quality,
I,
you don't ever think about what you're getting in return. You're only
Mhm.
thinking about what you can provide for others. So you
others.
put
That's
yourself
it.
last,
Mm-hmm.
and you only can learn to put yourself last when you put yourself first.
That's right.
That's when
Mhm.
it goes
That's
into
right.
about it being selfish. Now, I don't mean being
That's
selfish
right.
by being stingy. I'm talking about being selfish with you until you learn how to provide yourself to others without losing yourself in the process.
That's right. And I read something. It said self love means having a high regard for your own well being and happiness. Self love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well being to please others. Self love means not selling for less than you deserve. That's what I
Exactly.
believe. That's just what I
How can you
believe.
be a provider when you're not providing for yourself? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, so you feeding everybody else, and then you wonder why you don't have any strength because you're not eating. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
beautiful you provide for everybody else, but you can't neglect you. Because if you can't take care of
Exactly.
yourself, how you gonna take care of others? At the end of the day, it just doesn't work
Exactly.
that way.
That's right.
Exactly. Exactly. It's
Ooh,
not that I'm switching up on you. It's not that I'm changing playing fields or I'm switching up and playing for the other team. I'm just learning how to love me so I can love you.
There you
Having a
go.
yeah.
relationship, having a relationship with myself. That's what this topic is. How to have a relationship with you.
Hmm. And I
And what
think
does
that we have to learn that at a younger age,
mm-hmm.
because
Hmm.
what happens is that, and hopefully, share this video, share this, guys, because you never
Mm-hmm.
know who it may reach. But I wanted to just
Mm-hmm.
chime in before we move on to Dr. Reels, just
Mm-hmm.
say I commend you on being honest and talking about your
Mm-hmm.
personal situation, and
Mm-hmm.
just knowing exactly what it is that you need to do. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing, so many people, so many women, we're taught to just make sure that we take care of that man. It's
Exactly.
never too often that you're taught to take care of self.
Mm-mm.
That you think
Mm-mm.
that you have this
Mm-mm.
responsibility to make sure that this man is good, especially if he's a provider,
Exactly.
especially if
That was me.
this is the person is helping and taking care of you. You're
That was
to show
me.
your appreciation and make sure that person is good. But just like you're saying, how are you gonna make sure someone else is good if you're not good yourself? And
Mm-mm.
that has to start with us knowing that at a younger age, versus us realizing that when we get older. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it's too late, but I'm saying things would be so much better if we grasp a hold of that concept younger versus older.
It goes
Yep.
back
Exactly.
to saying the power of no. I talked about a few podcasts ago about the power of no.
Power,
It
no.
all goes back to saying no
There
and
you
saying yes
go.
to yourself.
They said yes,
That's
yes.
right.
I told you what it was 3 podcasts ago. The power, no. It's something
Power
that's
of no.
just sit in here and I'm like, oh dang it, Dr. Real, you don't sit there and did this to me. I can't even get rid of this mess. And I was
He
like,
does it every
I
time.
was like, Lord, I don't know why this man did this. I can't shake it because it was
That's the
meant for me
mission.
to. It was meant for me to hear
Right.
that. It was meant for me to
It
hear
was
that.
meant.
It was meant for me
It
to hear
That's the
that.
definitely
mission.
was. And that's what Stia said. She said, there he go, dropping those nuggets.
It was meant for me
So
to
we're
hear
gonna
that.
go ahead and we're gonna get into our next topic, which is Dr. Real's topic. What are we gonna be talking about next, Dr. Real?
We're going to talk about declutter thyself.
Hmm.
Declutter
We've
thyself.
all seen the show Hoarders, right? Everybody's seen that show, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where they have an attachment to every single thing in that house, even though some of that stuff is nothing but junk. But in their eyes, they gotta have
Mhm.
it for some reason because there's an attachment there. So
Mhm.
that house is
Mm-hmm.
cluttered. The mission for the people that go into Hoarder's house is to declutter it.
Mhm.
Right.
But I'm going to talk about you as your temple because you
Hmm.
are a
Mm-hmm.
temple, right? So
Right.
you have to learn how to declutter yourself. And we're going to start with the very most precious part of your body, which is your mind.
Mhm.
First thing you need to do is take a social media break. It is okay to take a break, even if you're a social media influencer. This year, just in particular, and we talked about this backstage. There's just been so much
Mhm.
negative news. You have those
Mhm.
friends
Mhm.
that they could win $1 million and there's something wrong.
Mhm.
It's like
Something
this. It is.
wrong.
There's always something going
Mhm.
on. There's always some kind
Mhm.
of dramatic episode,
Mhm.
or you're
Mhm.
hearing so much negative news. And eventually, you could be the most positive person in the world, but if you keep being fed a diet of negativity,
Mhm.
something got to give. Because you
Mm-hmm.
having a dark force and a light force together, something going to have to take. Something going to win. And if you're just digesting, that's why I say you got to be careful who you eat from. And I'm talking about as far as who you get a message from. You can't eat from everybody. That's part of your diet as well. You can't consume what everybody's feeding you. It might be coming on. You think the source is great, but when you sit down and start breaking down and analyzing what that person is really saying and what their agenda is, you get a whole different perspective. So take a break from social media. It's not going to kill you not to go in there for 24 hours. I promise you. It's not. I talked about this last week. Meditate. I promise you, take you 20 minutes to yourself, find you a quiet place, no matter where that is, your bathroom, a closet, whatever, and just you and your mind become one. And just don't talk, just sit there in silence. And it's weird at first because I've been doing it. I'm on the road a lot right now, and I've been doing it. Wifey, you know now, I ain't told you, but I've been doing it. And it's weird at first when you're just sitting there with your thoughts and there's nothing else going on. But that's a time when you can get to know you. That's when that self accountability King Lear was talking about, that self discipline start to take root in you when you can start meditating and taking that time to think. And again, the negative, unhealthy thoughts, we all have them, but it's all how you process them. Again, it's by going back to the hoarder example. You can't hold on to everything that's happened to you in your past. You can't. You may think, I got to hold on to this pain because it makes me go. Baby, hold on to that pain makes you slow. It don't make you go. You think you're going somewhere, but you're really walking like molasses. So you can't hold on to all that pain. I know pain makes you feel alive. It's necessary in life because sometimes you got to have that pain, though you're still living. But you can't hold on to something that happened yesterday because that's yesterday. If we could all fix yesterday, we'll all be perfect and millionaires or billionaires by the chance you could fix yesterday. But you can't fix yesterday. You can't focus on yesterday. Yesterday is just what that is. It's yesterday. Now you got to move on to your eyes, negative images. And this one's for my ladies. Please stop comparing yourself to these plastic models you see on Instagram and on TV. If God gave you a flat behind, baby, work that flat behind. That's what he gave you. Don't go out there getting them butt injections and stuff, jeopardizing your health because you're trying to prove to society or to some man that can appreciate the other gifts you may possess. You worry about damaging yourself to please other people. Stop embracing those negative images. In the 90s, it was all about airbrushing the magazine pictures, and that was what we was comparing women to. You shouldn't. Don't worry about that. This goes back to that self-love. If you don't love what you have to offer, why would I? Work it. You can't. Don't stop making body adjustments because you're trying to please somebody else. Because it really ain't about pleasing you. For some time it is. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, you're doing it for somebody else. You're not really doing it for you. You might tell yourself that lie, but you're really doing it for somebody else because somebody has brought that to your attention more times than you liked, and now you're trying to fix something that, to me, you should leave things as is. Negative self-views, it goes in that same thing. What you see in the mirror, what you tell yourself out your mouth, your eyes tend to see. I said this before. Men, we can sit ourselves and we could be 300 pounds with a big old gut. We still look in the mirror and see ourselves as a young Arnold Schwarzenegger cut up, but really, we fat as a mug, but we don't do that. But a woman can sit here and have maybe a half an inch of pull a little. No, she thighs got a little bit thick, and she's seeing 400 pounds. She's not saying she 150 and looking delicious. She's saying she's 300 pounds and she can't stand herself. It's all about how you look and what you tell yourself every single day. And lastly, your ears. That negative music, I'm a hip hop head. Get me wrong, but I get tired of hearing kill, drug, sell this, the misogynistic views of women ain't nothing but something to park your sperm in and keep it moving. I'm tired of hearing that. You know, I'm 48, been living with hip hop all my life, but it comes to a time to where you wonder why the same cycle keeps appearing, and it's the movies. I'm not going to blame it on that, but you're hearing it. And again, it goes back to what you're digesting. You're getting fed this all the time. Your negative self-talk, and watch those friends with those snake tongues that whisper that negative stuff in your ears that you don't realize. When they say, "Oh, I see you got that little job," that's hate. Please believe it.
That is so true.
If they say, "Oh, I see you little business," well, my business got to be little. Why can't you just say you see my business? Why it gotta be little business? And your mouth, what you eat, what you speak, and Lord, those blessing blockers. Like I said, the biggest hater you have on this earth is you. I know a lot of people who hate on themselves every single day. They hate on themselves more than anybody ever could. They don't even realize it, and they block their blessings because you gotta learn to have some kind of humility about yourself. You might not be where you want to be or where you think you need to be, but I'm going to tell you, God has you exactly where you need to be because there's a reason why you're there. You might not comprehend it. You might think, man, this sucks. I don't have no job, blah, blah, blah. But there's a reason why you're there. But go in that meditate closet and you might find out the reason why you're there. So I'm going to say this and I'm going to end it. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. The person taking the picture says the same. Be careful who you allow in your circle. Everybody is not for you, they're not with you, and they're not about you. A smile is the most deceptive gesture there is.
That's true.
Yes.
That is so true.
powerful right there.
Yes.
That's what she said.
Amen.
Amen. I needed that.
Amen.
I needed that
Yes,
too.
Sia. Hey,
Well
yes.
said, well said, well said.
And
And
Dr. Real,
it's you know what?
I agree with you 1000%.
Yeah. And we need to hear this sometimes, and you'll be surprised the people that don't want to hear it because they know that it's right. When they get
Hmm.
any little ounce of you trying to say something that
Mm-hmm.
they know fits the shoe,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
run, it's time to go. Because
Mm-hmm.
now I could blame
Mm-hmm.
it on, I ain't never heard that before. Nobody ever told, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
this was good. This was really
Mm-hmm.
good.
Kesha, the truth hurts because it kills lies. That's why the truth hurts
Mm-hmm.
so bad. Because you're lying to
Mm,
yourself. When you finally hear the truth, it start killing those lies, and it just hurts you. That's why the truth hurts, because it's
right,
killing the lies you're telling yourself and the lies you've heard.
And Dr.
right.
Real, Kesh could tell you when you don't see me on Facebook all the time is because I fast away from social media. I get on there and I post something and I get off. I don't stroll and nothing because I fast away from social media because I what you keep feeding into your mind, it'll manifest into your mind. That's the word according to the word. You can't
Okay.
feed into your mind all the time because it'll manifest in there. So when you don't see me on there, like I don't see J Money on there like she should, it's because I fast away from social media. I do it once a month. I always fast away from
Awesome.
social media. And that's all social media platforms. I fast away from it.
And we
Let me
all
give
should.
y'all my quote of the week, as I always do before we do everything else.
Okay.
The reason why you feel you never knew that person is because you finally meeting the real person for the first time. So when you out there and you dating somebody, you like, man, I ain't never knew you. You right, because you just meet me for the first time.
Hmm.
Wow. That's good.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Hello, somebody. Good stuff, y'all. Good
Good
stuff.
stuff.
Again, thank y'all for tuning in with us. We do have a little bit more time left. So what I wanted to do was I was gonna hand it over to Jay Money for a couple of minutes because she
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to share with you guys um something that she's doing and needs your support and needs your help with. And she's going to provide that information to you right now.
Okay, yes. My page is J Money. That's JAY with $3 signs. If you could just go to my page and also Rhonda folks, but I'm going to be sharing it on both pages. I am having a charity event this weekend. The address is 5400 Phillip Avenue, Dallas, Texas 75223. Where I will be taking donation for non-perishable items. That's toothbrush, toothpaste, socks, underwear, clothes, shoes, whatever you can give that is non-food items. I'm giving back this year. I decided not to do the whole Christmas thing. So many people have been displaced because of the COVID. The homeless shelters are filled with capacity this year because so many people are displaced because of they lost their jobs because of COVID. This year I decided to just give back, and I will be sitting out there all day from 1 to 7 by myself, just collecting non-perishable items again. And if you can't make it, my cat my what is it? Cash App is Rhonda Folks. Is $ Rhonda Folks. If you would like to just give $5, $2, whatever you can give, I will be collecting money and I will be taking that money to go buy non-perishable items as well and just giving back. This year I decided just to give back to God's people for Christmas instead of just buying my grandkids, buying my kids, my family, friends. I'm not giving anybody anything for Christmas this year. People took away the meaning of Christmas, which is celebrating God's Jesus. This year, I'm giving back to God's people. So if you are in the area, again, I will be having it on J Money's page. It's a flyer. You can read the information. Every time you give, I will be giving out a raffle ticket, and that raffle ticket, you have a chance to win different prizes from sponsors who have given me things from their small businesses, and you'll be winning prizes, and also I will be donating stuff as well that I'll be raffling off for you to win. So every time you give, I'll give you a raffle ticket. And also if you give more than 5 items, like 5 deodorants or 5 toothpastes, you have a chance to get 2 tickets. That's a chance, more chances for you to win. So if you can, please, please, please give. I want to collect so much this year that I just want to be able to have to move the U-Haul twice or 3 times. I just want to give, give, give. My heart is just so heavy this year because of COVID and the people who have been affected by COVID. I just want to give back. So if you can, it would just be me. If you want to meet Jay Money from the Power Team, I would be out there. Yeah, I ain't a lot to meet, but I'll be out there for you to meet. So if you can, please stop by and meet your girl Jay Money. I would love to meet you, and also please give. If your heart is big enough to give, just give.
So, what is your
Awesome.
goal, money? You mentioned a van or truck. Your goal is to do what? Fill the.
To fill it
Is
up
there?
as many times as I can. I'm gonna be out there from 1 to 7. I will have my son like, hey, fill this thing up, drive it off, fill it up again, drive it off. I will have tubs out there. I'll be just stuffing these tubs, filling it up, and just driving it off. My goal is to just fill this U-Haul up as many times. I rented it for the whole day. Like I just rented it. I was like, hey, the lady was like, how many hours you need? I said, ma'am, I want it from 1 to 7. And I said, you know what? Matter of fact, I just want it from that day. I'm gonna come and get it at 12, and I'll bring it back to you that next morning. That's how long I want this U-Haul to stay with me. And she's like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Ma'am, this is how I rented a banner. I'm gonna put this banner up. If people just driving by, I want them to see the banner. Stop, just give. If you happen to be driving by and you just see the banner, stop and just give. That's how much I want to collect for this day. That's how big I want this drive to be. I mean, it was a one. I just woke up one morning. It was like in November, and it just the Lord said, "You know what? I don't want you to buy anything for Christmas. I want you to just give back." And I said, "Lord, I'm going to be obedient. This is what I'm doing because I know it's the Holy Spirit that told me to do this because it was just on my heart when I woke up, and this is what I'm going to do." And I didn't ask anybody to help me. People was like, "Why did you ask me to help you do this?" I said, "Because that ain't what the Holy Spirit told me to do. He told me I want you to get up. I want you to get out there and collect all this stuff, and I want you to do it." He didn't say go and get people to help you try to collect stuff. He said you. So if people stop and help me, I'll for it. I would love to help. But if nobody helped me, I'm being obedient. So that's what I will be doing.
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. We do appreciate that. It is about that time, y'all. Actually, it's a little bit overtime. We ain't gotta go home, but we do gotta get the hell up out of here. But before we go, if there's anything that you guys would like to say to close out, please feel free to do so before we log off. Anything,
I just
Dr.
want to
Rev? Anything?
say with my topic, God said, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. So when you love yourself, you can love your neighbor. So that's like having a relationship with yourself. You will love your neighbor. So make sure that you have a relationship with yourself. If you love yourself, you'll love thy neighbor. That's Mark's 12:30 through 31 in the Bible. If you read it, go look it up. Love thy neighbor, you'll love yourself.
All right,
I'm just
Dr.
gonna
Rev?
tell you, don't let your disability be non-accountability.
Oh,
Who is he talking to
okay.
tonight? All right,
Listen,
y'all. This has been
Dr.
really,
Real.
really fun. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us. Come back and visit us if it's your first time. I hope that you had a great time. Share these videos. You never know who they may
Yes.
be. Again, we're here every Wednesday night between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. So don't hesitate to come back and rock with us because with power, you
You
you are
are
what
what
what you
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 speak.
speak
speak. All right, we got to have a
eventually.
Monday. Earlier. All right.
Yes,
Thank
that's
y'all so
okay.
much. Y'all have a great night. Peace.